really hate Sean Combs.
Why would they be thinking that?
Because of the things that you post on Instagram.
Yeah,
because of the
look at this, and let's stop for a second and do say that I hated him enough to hire his kids, and we've never done anything to each other. So it's just competitive energy and things that you say about other artists while you're in.
Right now, it's really hard for y'all to like discern what's real and what's true.
Yeah, well, it's hard to tell.
And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. You've been making memes.
That wasn't me, man.
I see the memes.
I'll put that up there, but that wasn't me.
No, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny.
You like that? That's funny, right?
But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have shit to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop.
To do with Puffy.
But what will Smith reply to Puffy?
I don't have shit to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all that me. Stop all that bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own shit. Don't be putting me in other people's bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid shit. So whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil.
It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else, but I did. Going to these projects.
I blame everybody that's in his circle. They are me.
Here's a cleaner, more controlled rewrite that tightens the narrative, sharpens the suspense, and flows better for a documentary style or YouTube script. The Fresh Prince has finally gone on record, making it clear where he truly stands with Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy. Reflecting on the early days of his career, he insists he was never aligned with the so-called freak-off culture, distancing himself from the darker rumors that have followed the mogul for years. Meanwhile, at the height of his global fame, Justin Bieber appears to have been pulled into a quiet, tightly controlled network shaped by some of the most powerful figures in the music industry: Will Smith, Diddy, Clive Davis, and even 50 Cent. Behind the scenes, whispers of private encounters and unseen power dynamics have circulated for years, but now the silence is cracking. 50 Cent has stepped forward, hinting at unreleased footage that could shift the entire narrative. His timing alone raises unsettling questions. Why speak now? What was really happening inside those invite-only Hollywood gatherings? And why do so many messages and confidential conversations seem to be missing? At the center of it all is one rumored explosive clip, evidence that, if revealed, could send shockwaves through the industry. Did Will Smith witness something he's never spoken about? Was Clive Davis quietly pulling strings from the shadows? And if the full truth comes out, what consequences could Diddy actually face? Because once the story breaks open...
Bieber?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? Like, I'm calling you answering.
Yeah, that was a little...
That was weird,
That
was weird.
They did not run through Bieber at that point.
They was pressing him like, why you not answering your phone? Like, yo.
Yeah. Like, I don't got a video of me fingering you.
He wasn't answering for a reason.
He was like, I don't ever want last time. Because you did things to me. They want to mean something, and what will make them mean something in the environment is if they can connect to the violence. They all want it to make it, so they're going to make their value in that. And even when the artist becomes successful coming out of that environment, you're going to have people around him that he feels secure about being around, because he know that when they travel in these different neighborhoods that it may be something there, but he knows that this person right here will do it regardless of what. So they bring that person. And without acknowledging it, that person needs them to have altercations, for them to need them to be around. That is what is going to potentially bring you down. So when I say that to them, they go, so he's saying it's going to be me that brings me down. Yeah, if you don't adjust and really make the right decision.
Might have not been some rebellious pop star going through a, so-called bad boy phase. He was a kid who had been surrounded by powerful figures in the industry, some of whom clearly didn't have his best interests at heart. And that, of course, brings us to Diddy. From the very beginning, Diddy took a special interest in Justin. The extravagant gifts, the 48-hour mentorship, it all seemed like an industry cosign at the time. But looking back, was it really just that, or was there something deeper going on behind the scenes? Then years later, we see Bieber break down in an interview, talking about wanting to protect another young artist, Billie Eilish, from the same things he went through. And now, in the wake of Diddy's arrest, he's reportedly distancing himself completely staying silent and doing everything he can to separate him.
You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what
is reportedly having a hard time processing his history with the fallen music mogul. Quote, his happiness being a dad has outweighed his anxiety about Diddy. Much remains unclear about Bieber's time with Diddy, and many of these questions may ultimately go unanswered. Online sleuths will surely continue to read between the lines, but for now, speculation is all we have to go on.
To a lot of us, he's like a little brother.
It seems two things are for certain, however. Diddy was once somebody that Bieber looked up to. Now, not so much. What once seemed like a 15-year-old's dream has become a nightmare forever.
From the very beginning, 50 Cent went all in, keeping up a relentless stream of trolling that only escalated as the situation unfolded. The tension finally hit a breaking point after Will Smith's San Diego concert on December 13th. In a moment that caught the audience off guard, Will abruptly paused mid-show to address the rumors head-on, speaking with an urgency that made it clear this was no joke. He forcefully distanced himself from Diddy, publicly cutting any perceived ties in the wake of Diddy's September arrest. Then came the sarcasm. Will slipped in a pointed joke about not liking baby oil, a remark widely interpreted as a direct reference to items reportedly discovered during the March searches of Combs' properties. The comment landed hard, signaling just how uncomfortable and high-stakes the situation had become. And as the pressure continues to mount, the silence around what really happened behind closed doors is
found all manner of stuff. They found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Let's be clear here. Diddy is a monster. Diddy is the devil, right? The 1,000 bottles alone was enough for me to lock him up forever. Are you drinking it? 1,000?
Hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true.
Yeah, well, it's hard to tell.
And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. You've been making memes.
That wasn't me, man.
I see the memes.
I'll put that up there, but that wasn't me.
No, some of it's funny. Some of it's funny.
You like that? That's funny, right?
But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop.
To do with Puffy. Number one channel on Roku right now. Fuck out there. No, I was trying to get ready so I don't have to answer to nobody. The new lawsuit coming with Jay. The part with Jay. I go, oh shoot,
To us, that
had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there yeah. It's the billionaire brush.
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Hey, this is the funniest thing online right now. 50 Cent every day wake up and take shots at Diddy on Instagram. We all see that, right? Everybody know that 50 Cent loved to poke fun at Diddy being, who Diddy is, allegedly. But this is funny. 50 reposted this on his Instagram. I guess nowadays, instead of kids saying no HOMO, how we used to say when we was kids and now it's pause. I think the new thing that kids are saying, that's what the internet is saying. The new thing kids are saying is no Diddy instead of all that stuff. And 50 posted this. Check this out. This is what people saying on Twitter. It says, I put all my guys in positions, no Diddy. So apparently, instead of saying no HOMO, kids are now saying no Diddy. So 50 reposted this on his Instagram and he captioned it this. This is what he said. He said, oh, I F with son. That's my man. No Diddy.
The one with Diddy and Jay-Z walking around with the...
Oh, that I think that's an apps. That's like a little app.
That was AI?
That was AI.
Yeah, you know, I look at it, it comes across my feed and I'm laughing at it. And then I go, oh, no. People will fall out if I post that. I'm going to post that.
Just like everyone predicted, he seized the clip, leaned straight into the viral jokes without lifting a finger, and flipped the entire moment into free promotion for his Roku channel, 50 Cent Action, once again proving how sharp his instincts really are. But the real reason behind the sudden intensity is straightforward. For nearly 2 decades, 50 Cent and Diddy have traded public shots through music, social media posts, and headline-grabbing stunts. This rivalry has always simmered in the background. Now, with Diddy facing a growing wave of legal battles, 50 isn't just joking anymore, is pushing forward at full speed, amplifying the moment, controlling the narrative, and making sure everyone is...
I finally got in contact. This guy contacted us named Scooter, who's my manager now, and basically stalked us a little bit, kind of got in contact with us, and finally my mom was calling him back to, say, listen, stop calling me. And he was like, I really see a lot in your son. Like, I can help you guys. And my mom was really skeptical at first, but they ended up talking for a couple hours. And he knew some lawyers that we could talk to and stuff. So we ended up flying to Atlanta free of charge, just for him to, check us out and get to know us. And
this is Scooter.
Yes,
yeah.
This is Scooter. And
brother from another mother, Scooter, Samuel, Ron, and just really the philanthropic work that we do as entertainers gives credence, and it actually is evidence that we do give back. A lot of what we do is about fulfilling dreams. Well, that reality goes far and beyond just music. There's tons of people who need access to proper education, and I think that being an advocate for change and proper education, Scooter's definitely done it. And if not only being able to facilitate opportunities along with his brother and, introduce Justin Bieber into the really important...
Usher, it'll show how egregious this shit is, because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile on your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
I was going to just
Justin Bieber wants to talk.
Bieber.
He signed that where a lot of millions he would have to pay if he goes ahead and talks.
Now, there was...
Shout out to Justin. Justin, holler at me. I'll get you all the information. We ain't got to tell the press. Just get at me, Justin. I want to cry for you and with you, Justin. You did not deserve it. And Usher, you about to get your ass kicked because you took him over there and you knew.
About Stevie J, the Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business. Right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the high.
Justin Bieber's rise was nothing short of legendary. Discovered online, guided by Usher and Scooter Braun, and launched at lightning speed into global superstardom. Along that fast-moving journey, he crossed paths with Sean Diddy Combs, who praised him publicly while quietly ushering him into the most exclusive circles of the music industry. But according to growing claims, that relationship may not have been as harmless as it appeared. 50 Cent is now alleging that Diddy exploited Bieber's vulnerable position, exposing him to powerful insiders who had the ability to either elevate his career or end it overnight. And this time, 50 isn't just making noise, he's hinting at unseen footage that could back up those accusations, escalating the situation from rumor to something far more serious and impossible to ignore.
About P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
But was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little
series that you've been working on. Diddy Do It?
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle. You weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them. And it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years.
No, you're not worried that it comes back your way? Like, people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got this. My past. I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. Or to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the I gave me the drug to perform. So she could remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the
First, almost unbelievable, but it strikes a nerve many people quietly worry about. The idea that young, ambitious artists can be treated like chess pieces, moved around by powerful figures who control money, access, and influence, often without facing real consequences. And 50 Cent, never one to shy away from controversy, has made his stance unmistakably clear. He's said that this year is about discipline, stepping away from questionable gatherings and keeping his life deliberately simple and low-key. That contrast stands in stark opposition to the storm surrounding Combs. By emphasizing his own routine and boundaries, 50 is reinforcing a clear message. He wants no part in the chaos, and is determined to stay firmly on the right side of the story.
Diddy Combs facing 2 additional criminal charges in the sprawling sex trafficking case against him. The new accusations are part of a superseding indictment filed today. Federal prosecutors charged Combs with a new count of sex trafficking and an additional count of transportation to engage in prostitution. That brings the total number of federal charges against Combs to 5. He has pleaded not guilty. His trial in Manhattan federal court is set to start on May 5th.
As Sean Diddy Combs awaits his racketeering and sex trafficking trial in a Brooklyn jail, federal prosecutors now adding 2 more charges to his indictment on Friday. The charges allege the hip-hop mogul forced a woman to engage in sex acts for money as recently as last year, and that Combs helped transport her and others to engage in prostitution. Now, prosecutors say they expect 4 accusers to testify against him at the trial, now set for May. Combs has pled not guilty and denies all charges.
50 Cent just recently did an interview. And during this interview, he says that the reason why people are quiet about Diddy is because they've been to his parties and they don't know what's on tape.
Facts. Feds say they got a video of a male sex worker being sexually assaulted by him, and they trying to identify him from the footage. Think about that.
Are you saying of Diddy?
Yeah.
I was there. You didn't find out from any other source. I ain't never been to a freak off. I've never been to any party in Hollywood ever where there was something sexual happening ever. So you got to understand what you won't understand because you're a Christian. Why would you even go to that function? What you don't understand is that it's similar to being invited to a barbecue. A bunch of people going out there in the backyard, having some drinks, talking, engaging, politicking, networking. That's all it was. That's literally what it was. It was nothing chaotic and crazy. I mean, there were so many people there. It's like if I said, hey, man, I'm having a little kickback at my house. Everybody in Atlanta's invited. And you walk into my house and you see Philip Anthony Mitchell over there and you see T.I. That could be a realistic situation. Would you then condemn Philip Anthony Mitchell for being?
Can you believe we're just weeks away from Diddy going on trial? And the stakes are high. Not only has Diddy been in jail since his September arrest, but it's officially confirmed his ex-girlfriend Cassie is expected to take the stand to testify against him. She won't be testifying under the moniker Jane Doe. Instead, she's planning on using her own name. However, federal prosecutors say Diddy's other alleged victims won't be doing the same. I'm Elizabeth Milner with Law and Crime. Our analysts have suspected for a while that Cassie Ventura is indeed victim number one. Now, the allegations laid out in Diddy's federal indictment match almost to a T her federal lawsuit against her ex, which was settled a day after filing. But since then, Diddy has faced 2 more superseding indictments, and now more victims have been added. But federal prosecutors say testifying under their real names would cause
where everything begins to unravel. In a remarkably short span of time, Diddy has been hit with a wave of serious accusations, multiple civil lawsuits surfacing almost back-to-back, along with anonymous claims that stretch across decades. The Cassie case quickly became the most talked about. After she came forward with detailed allegations, Diddy denied the claims, and the matter was ultimately resolved quietly. Yet
it's a little weird.
Well, he didn't start off like that. I'm quite sure somebody taught him that, and that's more deep in the industry. These guys who got involved with a lot of people who were their mentors, it was done to them, they do to the next person. So I felt that Puffy was a regular, normal guy. It goes on and on. Where did it start from? Major executives who run these labels.
That's actually very insightful for you to give that perspective. So if you're saying what Diddy did to Usher or what Diddy did to Bieber, that we've seen these videos, not necessarily what he did, but the stories where he's living with them at 13. If he was their mentor, who was Diddy's mentor? We know some of the big names. I'm just curious if you have any names.
Well, number one was Clyde Davis. I walked in Jimmy's office. I didn't have to knock on the door or get somebody that let Jimmy know Mr. Knight there. Walk right in. He do the thing. Anyway, when he walked in my office, we was having a conversation. He overheard somebody say something he probably shouldn't have heard. He wanted to holler at me. So I said, homies, give me a minute. Jimmy said, man, I'm here because Clyde Davis called me, and him and Puffy is real tight, and, he loved it. So I thought he was talking about like they got love for each other. It's all right. He said, yeah, they are lovers. I said, well, why you keep saying that? I said, look, you saying they lovers like they're sucking? He said, I don't want to say that, but that's what it means, right? I said, okay. He said, Clyde don't want that to happen to Puffy. He said, but this guy ain't going to be able to do this business because we know what
and a gender. I have never stopped being attracted to women. So we're now dealing with the subject of bisexuality. This subject is very misunderstood because the old adage is you're either gay, you're straight, or you're lying. It's just not.
Starting with a bombshell announcement amid the mounting lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, Houston rapper 50 Cent announced yesterday that he's the executive producer of a docuseries about the sexual assault and allegations against Combs. The series will also discuss the sex trafficking and racketeering charges Combs is facing. The series is expected to make a premiere on Netflix, but a date has not yet been set.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
So it's not like he hate Diddy, but sometimes niggas might do that we don't know about.
Well, for him to make the documentary, I think he hates Diddy.
Nah.
Nah?
That's business.
That's just business?
Business. You wouldn't be mad. Look.
You got to really dislike someone to do a documentary about him.
Through all of this, the rest of the industry remained noticeably silent, creating an atmosphere thick with tension and uncertainty. According to 50 Cent, that silence isn't accidental. He suggests it's driven by fear that material gathered during ongoing investigations could implicate other high-profile figures. For many, speaking up may feel too risky, with the possibility that doing so could expose their own hidden ties to an